much that we're going to see over the next few years in terms of technology. This is just the start. So with technology being embedded in our tabletops, in devices we carry around, with our fridge being smarter than the IBM XT computer that we used to have a few years ago, how can we expect that technology is not going to be a part of every part of our life, including our banking experience? And how can we not expect that it's going to change the way we interact? This is what we know. Now, smartphones, of course, when we look back in 50 years' time and look at the big change to the banking industry, I think it won't be things like financial instruments or credit cards or EMV that people will identify as the game changer, or the ATM machine. What people will historically regard as the big event, the big thing that forever changed banking, will be the smartphone. And I'll explain why that is as we go. But the smartphone will be a fundamental shift in the way we consider banking, the way we utilize banking, and in the distribution of banking itself. Now, Norway today has the highest smartphone penetration in the world. It's going to get to 97.6% in 2017. Why that's significant is there are some countries in the world, like the United States, who will never get to 97% penetration of smartphones. It's a bit of a cultural thing. Here in India, the estimate is that we will be at about 70% smartphone penetration by the end of the decade. That's still pretty amazing growth that you're going to see here. If you look at some of the other countries in the world, you have South Korea. They, this year, will reach almost 80% in smartphone penetration. That's still a pretty significant number. And in India, smartphone penetration last year grew 230%. Why that's important is that's three times faster than the US, Germany, and the UK. Now what that means is that in India, it started a bit later, but it's happening much quicker. That growth curve is much steeper in India than what we saw in the US.